Welcome to the Theatre of Dreams, Darcy Street, for this PS4 NPL Tas clash between South Hobart and Clarence United. South Hobart were absolutely flying before last week when they came up against a yellow brick wall. Devonport came down here and held firm, snuck a late goal to win 1-0 and upset the league leaders at that stage, South Hobart. They've now slipped back into second, and they welcome a Clarence United team who've got their first win, but a few injuries have derailed them in the last couple of weeks, and they copped a pretty heavy 5-0 loss to Launceston City last week. So they've got a pretty uphill task coming into Darcy Street to try and get something out of this. Joining me in commentary today and making his debut, a bit of a French feel to the call today, and not just because Luke Farrell will be playing at left back. Charles Tellier, welcome to the Slice of Cheese commentary box.
Thank you, Andrew. Pleasure to be here today with you at Darcy Street with perfect weather for a football game today.
It is. So what are you looking for from this one? Obviously South Hobart going to be the favourites. What are you expecting out of the contest today?
Yeah, we expect a big game from South Hobart, especially after their defeat against Devonport last week. If they want to stay in the race for the title, they have to win that one at Darcy Street. For Clarence United, it's going to be a very tough game. They lost last week at Lazinski City, so yeah, South Hobart is definitely the favourite team today.
Yeah, certainly the case. We'll run through the teams for you. We'll start off with Clarence United, and they've got a new face on the team sheet today. Kyung Min Choi, a signing from South Korea, straight into the starting lineup and making his debut. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Of course, Clarence had a couple of South Koreans a few years back. It really lit up the local league down there, so really looking forward to see what he can do. I'm informed that he will likely play in the 7 or 11 role out in wide areas, despite the fact he's wearing the number 9 on his back. Also in the team in goals, Matthew Dyson, been pretty good this year. Had a tough week last week at Launceston, had a couple of errors there, but has been very good for the first month of the season. George Hallard, English import. We're not sure where he's going to play. Jablonski's really been one to shuffle his deck so far. He could be used in attack or defence. Richard Heath, the other English import, similar. He played at left back against Olympia the last time they played one of the powers of the competition, so we might see him there again. Adrian Lawler comes in. He played in round 1 as a centre back. Be interested to see if he plays there again today. Number 7, Henry Lush, real rugged, tough customer, Lushy. He'll probably play at left back. Grant Malcolm, with Hedge out, will probably be the man required to lead the line up top. I'd imagine he'll play the target man role that Hedge has been doing. Number 3, Nicholas Naden. Well, he's a star. He's been fantastic so far this year. Could be played anywhere. Again, against Olympia, we saw Jablonski wanting to get him involved in the game, put him at centre-back, but very capable in a number of positions is Nick Naden. Lockie Hardwick has recovered. There was some doubt about his availability. Pumba will line up in the right-back spot, I suspect. Just ahead of him will be Andrew Robb, the tireless winger. And the last man in the starting 11, a favourite of ours, the Persian Liam Marsh, real tough customer. It looks like he might be playing a defensive midfield role today. That remains to be seen. On the bench, Jared Bugg, Ben Aitken, who returns, and Sam Randall. Moving on now to the South Hobart team in a second when we can get that one up, Ash. But that's the Clarence lineup for you. They've certainly got a tough task. I'd expect them to play pretty deep, pretty defensively, as they did against Olympia a couple of weeks ago, and a fairly, I suppose, defensive effort brought South Hobart undone last week. As we move on to the South Hobart team in goals, number 1, James Wilson, has made the move from Rangers. Hasn't really been tested too often this year. Nothing he could do last week, such has been South's dominance. Number 3, the Frenchman, Charles, a big fan of his, no doubt, Luke Farrell, who'll be getting behind his countryman today. Number 5, Huey Ludford, had a fantastic game, I thought, against Devonport last week at centre-back. Number 6, Kobe Kemp, will play that midfield role. He's the pivot midfield, a fantastic player. Alongside him, number 7, Nick the Morthog Morton, real tough customer. He'll fancy himself for a goal today. And number 8, Jack Turner, completes that midfield 3. Darcy Hall will take his spot on the right wing, with big Albie Lazinski leading the line as he has done all year. 9 goals so far this season for Big Albie, but couldn't find one last week. Matthew Lewis has played centre-back all of this year, but with Liam Quayle a noticeable omission from the team sheet today. I'd expect he might shift out to right back, with Dan Brown slotting in alongside Ludford at centre back, and Freddie Hess, number 15, rounding out. Had a bit of an off week last week against Devonport, but he's been fantastic so far this year. Schmidt, Walter, Hamlet, Wilkes and Brown, the bench for South Hobart. So we're just about ready to get underway. A prediction from you before we begin, Charles?
Well, as you said, Clarence will probably gonna sit pretty deep on the field, with South Hobart having the control of the ball. And I guess the key for Clarence is gonna try to don't concede a goal too early in the game, because otherwise it's gonna be a really long afternoon for them. So yeah, I will say like victory for South Hobart. I mean, no doubt about that.
A goal prediction? What's your score prediction there, Charles?
I will say 3-0 halftime for South Hobart, and maybe 6-0.
6-0 the final score,
yeah.
So 3-3. I reckon Clarence can sneak one. I'm going to go 6-1 South Hobart again. I think it's going to be a tough day for Clarence. I think this is going to be a really fired up South Hobart team. I think last week's result might have just lit a bit of a fire under them. They've dropped 3 points behind Zebras, and they'll want to move back into top spot ahead of Zebras' massive clash on Monday. It's going to be tough sledding today for this Clarence side. They've been impressive. They've been plucky so far this year. I think probably just ran out of legs last week against Launceston with a couple of injuries, but we know they are quite capable. They've got some good threats back the other way if they can just hold firm at the back, and really looking forward to seeing what Kyung-Min Choi can do. Of course, he has certainly got a bit of buzz about him coming out of Wentworth Park. They're very excited about what he can bring to the table. Well, it's the talk this week, so looking forward to seeing what the Korean import can do. Your players to look out for today, Charles?
Yeah, the South Korean player maybe is a big surprise today for Clarence United, and for sure they will count on him to try to score a goal, obviously, and I'm sure South Hobart will have the control of the ball and try to put a lot of pressure on Clarence United in these first minutes of the game.
So it's Choi and Marsh who are starting up top. Looks like Lawler's playing out on the right. Naden alongside Hallard at the back, with Lush left back and Pumba playing there at right back. So there's a few changes to the setup here for Clarence as the ball sprays out of play. Looks like Choi is going to play as the striker with Marsh, so a bit unsure about that. Robin Lawler on the flanks is rising to head away as Dogger Brown back in the starting lineup today, and he's missed the last few weeks with a concussion and then couldn't get back into the team. Such was their form. He'll want to take full advantage today as Loic Farrell plays it to Kemp. Lazinski flicks on, and in the end they can just work that one back to Hallard. He sends it out for Andrew Robb. Can't quite control it, and a good pace to start this game so far. As the throw-in will be taken by Lewis, as we expected, lining up in that right-back spot. Looks like Grant Malcolm's playing a defensive midfield kind of a role, so it's perhaps a little surprise. Thought we might see him up top. Looks like he's going to play just in front of the back four there and shield them a little bit. As the ball comes now to Lush, he sweeps it forward in the direction of the Persian Marsh. Lovely little layoff there for Robb. He looks to send it across, but his pass is really poor. Straight to Loic Farrell. Plays it short to Nick Morton. Now here's Darcy Hall looking to cut inside. He got round Hardwick. Naden across to deal with him. He looks to get him behind. Well done by Naden in the end, and sweeping across to clear the ball. Out of play, but there's the threat of Darcy Hall early on. It looks almost like a back five of Clarence. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case or whether it's just cost without. The ball is Turner almost had it sit to him as Kyung-Min Choi loses out to Kemp. Coming across to deal with that is Heath. He lays it back to Hallard and he just thumps it out of there any way he can. No surprise there. Anything you've noticed in the way the teams are setting up so far here, Charles?
Well, as we expected, South Hobart has got the ball so far, and it's ball from Morton. Yeah.
Lazinski flicks on and Pumba tries to hack it out of there. Kyung-min Choi wins the header. It's done well, and Marsh shows a good touch to bring it down. Thought he was fouled there by the Morthog, but play on is the call. Here now is Morton, turns back with the ball, plays it to Lazinski, lays it off for Freddie Hess. Wrapping around the other side is Nick Morton, tries to get around Hallard, does so, cuts it back for Hess in space. It's Freddie Hess to shoot. Oh, well done, Naden, broke it up, saved the day. Still with the ball is Freddie Hess. Hallard taking his time, just get it out of there. Eventually does, only as far as Lewis. Morton turning lush there, still on the ball. He's surrounded in the end. The free kick is drawn. A dangerous moment in attack there for South Hobart.
Yeah, a good opportunity for South Hobart, and I think Alfred Hess should have scored on that one. Yeah, it took a long time to shot, unfortunately, for South Hobart. But beautiful pass from Morton.
And it was just needing to pull the trigger, perhaps wanted to take his time, and Clarence then reluctant to clear the ball. They'll get themselves into trouble doing that. So Kobe Kemp standing over this one. What can he deliver? He whips it in near post, and it's worked away out of there by Malcolm, sorry. Here's Lewis, who'll just clip it back in there. Turner was making a run. Lawler, he gets it away. Dan Brown to Kobe Kemp. And getting across there was Andrew and Rob. We'll see a lot of that today, I'd imagine. Lawler and Rob playing very defensive wing roles as the throw comes in towards Big Lazinski. Looks to turn George Hallard. He waits his time, lays it back. Lewis can drive one in. It's out of there by Hallard, only as far as Lazinski. Again, Big Albie holding the play up. Gets it to Lewis. Clarence very deep. It's a dangerous ball. Headed away out of there by Hardwick. And then Lush will clear it in the direction of Marsh. So the big frame of Marsh is going to play that target man role that Hedge has kind of made a real fist of in the first 5 weeks of the season. I think he's been fantastic for them, Hedge, and he's certainly a big loss for them as Turner lays it back to Loic Ferrell. He'll get the ball back again. He shapes to shoot and then gets on the right, takes a deflection to Naden, and Naden will hack it out of there. And again, straight to Ludford. Nick Morton links up well with Loic Ferrell. Morton hacked down and he draws the free kick.
Yeah, beautiful display from South Hobart. Clarence can just see the ball, and yeah, here's a deflected strike. Yeah, very impressive display from South Hobart so far. I guess the key for Clarence United will be to try to do like Devonport last week and trying to don't score the first goal too early in the match.
They did a good job of that last week as Kemp assesses, so it's a chip one in the Lazinski direction, but coming up to claim it was Dyson, and now they'll look to break. It's immediately South Hobart players swarming the ball carrier Rob, and he can't find anyone. Kobe Kemp on the ball, across to Morton. And Nick Morton looks up, strokes it back to Kemp. I think they're going to have a lot of time on the ball in midfield today, South Hobart. They'll just patiently try and break this Clarence rearguard down. They couldn't do it against Devonport last week. As Hess coming forward, gets around Rob a bit too easily. Now he's in behind Hess, but his touch was heavy. It spills over for a goal kick for Dyson. 6 minutes go on in this one. Still scoreless at Darcy Street. And an absolutely beautiful day here, Charles.
Yeah, beautiful, really. Very sunny, no wind at all, which can be important, especially for Hobart United with it was Clown's long ball at the front. But yeah, today no wind, so.
This one's headed out of play by Lewis. It'll be Lush to take the throw. I've been impressed with Lush so far this season at fullback. Really tough customer, hard to get around. And Rob does well here. He's surrounded by South Hobart shirts. He takes a couple of touches. Eventually Lewis wins out, but only as far as Heath in midfield. Now Heath looking to surge forward. What can he do? He looks up outside of the boot. Beautiful ball. Lawler at the back post. But beaten to it by Wilson, who was alert to it. And that's where I suppose Big Lawler, I've seen him play at centre-back. He's perhaps not the most natural winger, but he'll give him a good defensive shift, and I think that's probably the thinking behind playing him there on Darcy Hall's wing as Kyung-min Choi gets the ball for the first time in some space. What can the Korean do? He looks up and waits for assistance. Finds it in the middle of the park in Heath. Heath lobs it forward, but it's a fairly aimless ball. Need to be just a bit shallower and try and hit the head of Marsh there. Just a bit overhit there from Heath.
Yeah, good game from Clarence United. I think that's how they have to play today if they want to hope for a good result here. And they don't panic.
This one comes over the top. Naden leading Lazinski to the ball. He's going to be a real key to their forces today. Naden, I'll put the muzzle on him there. He's turned it over straight to Darcy Hall, who's shaping to shoot, but Hallard was on him. Really well defended by the Englishman. Then hits the feet of Marsh. He holds it up, brings Kyung-Min Choi into the play. He shifts it out to the left for Rob, but it was well read by Kobe Kemp, and there's a little space in behind if Hess could get there, but Hallard again alert to the danger, decided to keep it in and plays it back to Heath, who's dropping in deep there. He's also playing alongside Malcolm in midfield today, and they're both sitting fairly deep. And it is Malcolm in the middle, as has been pointed out very alertly there by old Shane Train. Sean McManus, a favourite of ours here in the Slice of Cheese commentary box. Very sharp there from you, Shane Train. As we see Lush on the ball now. He's got no one to pass it to, though. Eventually found it to Rob, and over the head of Marsh, who just extends the arms out and says, come on, give it to me a little bit better than that. He's going to be battling today, Marsh. He's not going to get the best service, I'd have thought. There'll be a lot of long balls played in his direction and playing that hedge target man role that he's going to be, I suppose, limited opportunities. When he does get one, he's going to have to take it. Here's Turner turning on the ball, lays it back. It might open up for Kyung-Min Choi. He'll play it to Lawler. Lawler lays it back for Hardwick. And the fullback just chips it in the direction of Kyung-Min Choi. And again, headed out of there by Kemp. But you've got to say, Charles, Clarence looking pretty solid so far at the back.
Yeah, pretty solid. Hobart just can't break through so far. And it looks a bit like the game against Devonport last week, actually, with South Hobart having the ball. But they just can't manage to put the ball inside the box.
It might be able to do so here, though. It's Darcy Hall in space. He looks to chip one, but it's straight to Dyson. Great with the cross from Hall. Playing on the left today. Here's Hardwick looking up, and his pass went straight to Kobe Kemp. He'll eat that up all day. Took a little time on the ball. Eventually got to Luke Farrell. Lazinski in space, and they just knock it around in the triangle here on the wing. Eventually gets it to Darcy Hall. Looks to get inside of Hardwick. Numbers win out. Lawler looks up. He's not got a lot on offer. They might want to try and work the switch. Ludford just got in the back there of Marsh a little bit. Determined Marsh looks to surge back, and this gets in his back a little bit. I thought Marsh might have been fouled in the initial play there. Here is Morton, the Morthog. Out to Lewis. Immediately Clarence shift everybody back. The midfielder's dropping deep, as is Choi. Here's Lazinski turning. He's got Hallard for company. Morton made a good run, couldn't get it to him, and Heath did well to intercept. Kyung-Min Choi now hasn't got a lot on offer in front of him. Eventually they work it back to Henry Lush. He'll play it all the way back to Dyson. Dyson to Nick Naden. A real star man of this side, Naden. He plays a lovely ball to Choi, who's been busy early. Back to Hardwick. Tried to hit the feet of Lawler, but Farrell read that one. Turner. Here's Nick Morton. This is some nice passing. Lazinski's got a little bit of space. Lazinski shaping to get on the left. Well blocked by Naden. Falls to Darcy Hall with a chance. He tries to curl. Naden again. Morton's miles offside. He sticks the ball in the back of the net rather cheekily as Clarence escaped there.
Yeah, Clarence are trying to keep the ball a bit more now, but South Hobart midfield is very strong with Morton, with Kemp, but at least I mean in the first few minutes of the game they were just kicking long ball, and now they try to build from the back, but it's very hard against South Hobart.
As Hess storms down the right hand flank here, Freddie Hess, well defended though, again by Lush, was tight to him, blocked the cross, and he's done really well there, Hallard. Eventually finds touch, but just composed at the back, the Englishman. I've enjoyed his play at centre-back alongside Naden. A real blossoming partnership between those two, perhaps. Here's Freddie Hess again, spins on the ball. Whilst out to Kyung-Min Choi, though. Now Marsh. He turned well, looked to... Oh, eventually, here's Lewis. He looks up and assesses his options. Decides to play it short to Kemp. Takes a touch inside. Kyung-Min Choi. Done well. Just a nice little touch in the end, but Lawler. Rugged across, poor pass though, straight to Loic Farrell. Now Darcy Hill looks up in a bit of space, curls one to Lazinski. Oh, that was a bit cute there, hammering over the top. And Hallard just needed to deal with it, just tried it a little bit too much, and he puts his hand up and apologises. If you let Lazinski in like that, you are asking for trouble.
Just over the bar. What was the biggest opportunity for South Hobart so far? Beautiful shot. It's just over the bar.
Yeah, not over by much though, was it? Kemp wins the header. Lawler comes in, wins the second header. Kyung-Min Choi lets it sit for Kemp. He retreats back to Loic Farrell. Now Ludford. Hugh Ludford to Dan Brown. They'll want to put in a good performance here. Very competitive trying to get into that South Hobart back line. It's his chance to re-establish himself today. Here's Hugh Ludford. Chips for the overlapping Frenchman, Loic Farrell. Scott Charles a bit excited. Here he goes. He whips it in. Dangerous ball over the head of Dyson, who misjudged it. And lurking there was Turner. Lazinski in a bit of space. He shoots, but straight at Dyson and just misjudged the ball there. It was a teasing ball from the Frenchman.
Yeah, with a good long ball from the back. Maybe this can be a solution for South Hobart as well today. A few long ball over Clarence United midfield.
This is Nick Morton, lays it off for Darcy Hall. Had Turner making a run and played it, but he was offside, so he was coming back. Here's Rob, got in ahead of Lewis.
Very optimistic from Clarence United on this one. And now South Hobart back with the ball.
It's going to be Dan Brown at the back, and immediately Clarence retreating. You can see that Heath is almost playing as another centre back. In fact, he may well be. He may well be a back five, and he's the one that comes out. It's Heath, Naden, and Hallard look to be the back three centre backs, and Lush and Hardwick is staying pretty deep as well. It's going to leave the front players fairly isolated, as we saw when they do get an opportunity of possession forward, and it's where they might just need to be a little more adventurous and at least send one of them to link up in play as South Hobart get the ball back. Here's Loic Farrell. He plays it in to Turner. Lovely play here, and it's Jack Turner looking to get in behind Naden, who's tied on him. And he's done well, Nick Naden. He's done really well with the ball, but it spills out to Darcy Hall in the box. On him immediately is Hardwick. He lays it back for Kyung-Min Choi, and a slash at the ball, completely missed it. Lewis in a bit of space. That shot was charged down, but Lewis will have another crack at it. Chips for the back post, and just floats over the top there. Matt Lewis scored a cracker of a goal here at Darcy Street last season from about 35 yards. Fancied himself for another goal. Doesn't mind a goal when he's playing in the fullback spot, Lewis. That one just over the top. It was well charged down initially by Lush, but nothing doing there.
Yeah, unlucky from Lewis. That was a good idea.
And here's the opportunity. They get a set piece in an area like this as Marsh draws the foul, and now perhaps a good chance to send some of that tall timber forwards.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Clarence United to keep the ball in South Hobart half. They didn't manage to do it so far, and this free kick is a good opportunity for them to put the pressure on South Hobart.
So Hallard chips it in, but it's going to float straight into the hands of James Wilson in goals. He picks it up and waits for something to present. Eventually he plays it to Dogger Brown. Brown demanding something, doesn't see it, so he goes back to Jack Turner. You can see they're not pressing at all in South Hobart's half. They're quite happy to sit back. And I think that's similar to the approach they took against Olympia. It was very effective that day, and I think it's the way they've got to set up. And through 17 minutes, it's holding firm though. Darcy Hall's got a yard of space in behind here. Hardwick across to deal with him. He does well there, Pumba, and puts it out of play. South Hobart just perhaps wanting a little bit too long on the ball here. Well, maybe just need to get the ball in a little bit quicker, put the centre halves under pressure. Just waiting to forge the perfect chance so far, but only 17 minutes gone. I don't think South Hobart will be worrying too much at this stage. They are controlling proceedings as Ludford comes across to launch the long throw. They've got Morton, Turner and Lazinski, three big bodies to aim for. Getting across there was Malcolm. Eventually Hardwick wings it out, and Kyung-Min Choi acrobatically clears only as far as Brown. He directs it to Loic Farrell. And then Loic goes back to Dan Brown. Brown to Morton. Just overhit, although it finds its way somehow to Lazinski. Here's Turner. Out wide to Hess. On him is Lush. Looks to flick it over the top, but coming out to help him out well was Andrew Robb. It's a really tireless winger, Robb. Does a lot of great defensive work. He tries to get that in the Marsh direction. The big Persian hustling and bustling there, and he's won the ball, but the referee's dragged it back for a foul, much to the frustration of the Clarence supporters here. Some good hard work there by Marsh following up, I thought, but in the end, the foul called on Robb. And here is Ludford. He looks up. Darcy Hall cuts inside. He's got 3 men with him, and it's a nice return ball from Turner. Darcy Hall back for Lazinski. Getting across was Hallard. They keep it in, and they clear the area once again.
Good defense from Clarence United again. And good game from Darcy Hall on his left side so far. Touches a lot of balls.
It's looked lively, Darcy Hall. As we see, he plays it back here for Loic Farrell. Grant Malcolm turning on it. Dangerous area to dwell on the ball. It'll work out all right, though. Lush hits the feet of the target man, Marsh. He's got Brown for company, and Kobe Kemp comes in. Marsh just asking for a bit of assistance there from his teammates. He can only hold the ball up so long. Here's Nick Morton with a scything run. He's broken through here, Nick Morton. Oh, clinical. A lovely piece of work there, linking up with his big forward. And he dumps it home in emphatic style. 1-0 South Hobart.
Beautiful goal from South Hobart with this 1-2 between Morton and Lazinski. Back to Morton. And what a shot from Morton. 1-0 for South Hobart.
Yeah, just unlocked the back four there. They've held out pretty well, South Hobart. That was incisive. It was quick, one touch in behind. And a tough man to track is Nick Morton. He scores his 7th goal of the year, the Morthog. He got a real penchant for doing that, those bursting runs from midfield. And they've broken through here for the first time. So 1-0 to South Hobart. Do you think Clarence change anything, or do they just sit back and continue to do what they've done so far?
I think they're just going to try to sit back again. Yeah, because 1-0, everything is still possible. If they concede a second goal very quickly, then it's pretty much over for them. So I see them sitting back and just wait at the back.
Play. It was a good moment of attack. Heath looking to get forward. He's sat back a long way so far. Here now overlapping is Lush, and they're not particularly pleased with that decision. Lewis was tracking back to his position, ends up getting the throw in. He throws it in towards Jack Turner. And here is the Morthog Morton. He steps it up. That's a lovely ball from Morton. Beautiful stuff to Hess. Can he finish? He finds side netting only. How was the ball from Morton?
Beautiful ball. What a through ball to Hess. And it's just wide.
Oh,
could have been 2-0 for South Hobart.
Threaded the needle there from the middle of the park. Nick Morton, he is just flashing his quality so far in this one. Dyson will take a long ball in the direction of Marsh. Brown wins that one down. He's Lush flicking over the top for Robb to chase. Can he get in behind Lewis? He's got some serious pace here, Robb. His touch was a little bit heavy though, and Lewis, the experienced defender, wins that and puts it out of play. These are the moments where they need to get bodies forward now. They're not going to have a heap of chances, so when they do get the ball in advanced areas, they might need to be a little bit more adventurous, get a few more bodies forward than we've seen. Here's Kyung Min Choi. Can he unlock the defence? He plays a nice little 1-2, but the return ball was poor from Robb. And now South Hobart will look to get in behind him the other way. Lazinski patiently holds up, and now they've got Hess bursting in acres of space. Freddie Hess looks up. He had his 2 supporting forwards who were both offside, and the foul is called on Hess. Couldn't really do a lot because both his front men are straight offside there.
Yeah, good counter-attack from South Hobart, but Hess couldn't find Morton. Morton was carrying the ball.
It's Kyung Min Choi looks to play it to Marsh. The return ball was played to Choi, who was blocked off the ball, and now a good chance.
Yeah, excellent free kick to come for Clarence United. Let's see who is going to take it. Good game from the South Korean player.
He's shown flashes, hasn't he, Kyung Min Choi? And it looks like we're about to see if he's got the set piece in his locker.
He looks determined to take it.
He is standing over it. Grant Malcolm also over it, but I think the new signing might have just pulled rank and said, no, you've brought me in here. This is what I'm here for. Set piece specialist Kyung-Min Choi. Is it to be the case? Wilson organises his ball.
Can he be the new hero of Clarence United?
Can he indeed? What can Kyung-Min Choi do? He curls it just wide. I'm not sure Wilson had it covered. It floated wide in the end. Went for the far post. Didn't bother trying to get it over the wall. Just tried to thread it there, and Wilson watched it float by. Not too far away. Wilson was comfortable enough. He didn't move, but first real threat there of a Clarence goal. As Stu Ludford looks to stride forward, plays it to Loic Farrell. Continued his run here, the big centre back, but his ball is cut off by Hallard. Now, if Ludford out of position at the back, there might be a chance for Lawler to conjure something. What can he do down the right? Not a lot. The athleticism of the Morton just to get in the way and see it out. And in the end, it'll be a South Hobart throw.
Yeah, good cover from Ken Morton.
Yeah, that'll be his son, in fact, Nick Ken, the manager there, Charles. Wouldn't mind seeing Kenny Morton patrolling the midfield. Be interesting to see how he goes, but he's instead just sitting back looking very comfortable donning the suit today, Kenny. It would be a sight as the ball is won by Nick Morton, and now here's Loic Farrell. And Turner plays it back to Brown. He takes his time, shifts it out to Lewis. Lewis is immediately pressured by Rob. He plays it down the line and threads the needle in the end. Kemp with a little flick on. Grant Malcolm, oh, it did really well there. Malcolm took a touch to bring it under his spell, played it into Heath. His pass was a bit short though for Lush, sold him short, and this one's flicked in the Lazinski direction. Will it sit for him? Tries to nod Dyson, who did well in the end, Dyson. It's dangerous there. Oh, the distribution was poor from the back though, put his teammate into all sorts of trouble. Lazinski turning to shoot. Oh, what a hit! Big Albie Lazinski, if you don't mind. Give him a yard, he'll take a mile, and he's thumped that into the back of the net. 2-0 South Hobart.
What a shot from Lazinski. He had an opportunity 20 seconds before that, and this time he didn't miss it.
You cannot hit a ball any better than that.
Yeah, it's just unstoppable.
That is clinical. Unstoppable is the word. That's his 10th of the year. He is in a rich vein of form. Big Alex Lazinski really relishing playing that lone striker role this year. Last year he was deployed in a few different roles. He was up top but had to play a bit of a negating role on the opposition playmakers at times, and I think really just enjoying the licence to score goals that Morton's given him this year. That's 10 in the league. He'd be the favourite for the Golden Boot at this stage as Brown lobs one up into the stratosphere and it comes down on the head of Lush, and this might roll out for a corner unless Dyson get across to it, and he does just in time and keeps it in. But 2-0 South Hobart, and just incisive, very good stuff when they've gone forward South. They've been clinical so far, you'd have to say.
Yeah, and now things are getting complicated for Clarence United. 2-0 down after 26 minutes.
Lewis flocks that one off. Malcolm looks to the overlapping Lush, but went straight to Matthew Lewis. Here's Alfred Hess. What can Freddie Hess do? Lush plays it back. Rob again. And put into touch there by Kemp. Looking fairly organised in defence so far, Clarence. Rob, the beneficiary of the quick throw, looks up. He's got no one to pick out in the box though, Rob, so he's just got to delay and wait for support. Lawler eventually makes a run to the back post. Now Marsh, but getting a foot in well as the drive came from midfield from Heath, who'd bomb forward. That's wide. Just Marsh playing with his back to goal at the moment, demanding the short ball. You can see what he's doing. It's probably his role, but there's no target then for the cross for Rob, and that might be a better way to go, I think, for Clarence, rather than just trying to play the short passes in and around the area. I reckon get the big frame of Marsh, get the big frame of Lawler centrally and try and put it on their heads, see what happens. At the moment, not really threatening when they go forward, even though Heath had that chance as he drove it past. Here's Ludford now onto the feet of Darcy Hall. Loic Farrell in towards Kobe Kemp. He looks up with time, and the Morton spins on the ball and plays another beautiful through ball. Will it sit? Offside against Freddie Hess, but really taking over this game at the moment is Nick Morton.
Yeah, beautiful in the middle. He touches a lot of balls. Every South Hobart moves go through him. He's a very important player for South Hobart. Absolutely
gorgeous day out here at Darcy Street. Lovely Not the hugest crowd, not the massive crowd we saw last week. Still a decent attendance though, and a lovely day to come out and watch a game of football here at Darcy Street. Of course, later on up north, we've got the big derby, Launceston City welcoming Northern Rangers, the Derby Cup. The first leg of that one on offer. That should be a fiery affair, as they always are up there. Both teams probably not had the starts of the year they would have liked, but a big chance to get back on track. Tomorrow, of course, sees Devonport, who are flying high after their upset here last week, welcoming the Lions, who've shown a bit of improvement. As the man sitting next to me suggested, might have already picked a coach. It's Mark Wiggo Wakefield. Just a very sharp observer last week at the game. I reckon he spotted the new coach. As that, I suppose, change in management seems to have paid dividends so far. They've looked improved over the last couple of weeks. As a high boot, I thought, there against Ludford. Lawler probably should have got the free kick. Fair to say, Jablonski not the happiest customer on the sidelines at the moment, and a little bit of frustration there from Heath with a kick out, but play on again as Morton plays it in to the feet of Luke Farrell, and Hardwick turns it, plays it nicely to Lawler, plays it into the channel for Marsh. He hit the deck, tried to lay it off for Heath, couldn't find him. A few more bodies being thrown forward here. Heath starting to look a bit more adventurous. Kyungmin Choi playing in the midfield is interesting. Those two, Malcolm really looking like a bit of a midfield three. Lawler, Rob, Marsh, the front three, although both the wingers have tracked back and been camped in their own half for a lot of it. Here is Darcy Hall back to Ludford. Ludford down the line for Lazinski. It was a poor ball though.
Yeah, nice idea, but poor execution. It's gonna be tough for Clarence United, because South Hobart is probably going to keep the pressure on Clarence United players. So
here is long throw of Pumba straight down the throat of Jack Turner, though. He got to Lazinski. They've sprung forward here. Morton opts to shoot, and why not? With the form he's in, I thought he might have just slid it in to Freddie Hess, who had plenty of space there on the right. But I suppose when you're in the form Nick Morton is, you've got the licence to shoot, and Dyson did really well to hold on to that in the end. A fizzing shot from the Morthog. As he is looming as a threat every time he touches the ball. Nick Morton really enjoying the space he had last week. Every time he touched the ball, he had Syson nipping at his heels. Stone there, really enjoying the more space. Hess does well to beat two and cross. That's cut off by Nick Naden. And Hess did well to pressure there, disrupted the clearance of Hallard, falls to Kobe Kemp, chips it back. In there again was Heath, trying to work it towards Lazinski, but clearing the area there was Grant Malcolm. Now Rob, good ball into the middle of the park for Heath, but his touch went straight to Darcy Hall. Lazinski will try and get there. Oh, a poor ball in there from Hardwick, straight to Loic Farrell, the Frenchman. Working hard, but buttering up his effort there was Hardwick to put it into touch and win the throw for his team. .31 gone. Lawler. Now it's Darcy Hall, looks up, surrounded by shirts. Kyungmin Choi blocks off that passing lane.
Good tackle.
Yeah,
very precious in the middle.
He's been good, hasn't he? I've enjoyed his work so far. Hasn't had a lot of the ball, but looked good when he's had it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Trying to talk to his new teammates. A lot of activity from him.
It'd be tough, wouldn't it? He's arrived at the club this week and he's been slotted straight into the heart of the midfield. Communication might be getting on the same page as his teammates. A tough one for any new signing, as Naden beats out Lazinski, and that's no small task. Lazinski wins the second battle, flicked on, but hacked out of there by Hallard. It'll be favoured there for Dogger Brown. He nods on. Good battle in midfield. Malcolm wins it, but only as far as Ludford. Now Loic Farrell back to Ludford. 32 minutes gone. South Hobart sitting pretty comfortably. The Clarence have been far from disgrace so far. They've been organised, just unlocked by a couple of really good moments in attack from Morton and Lazinski, really. Lewis plays it forward, looking for Jack Turner, but Lush cut that one out. Nice little flick on from the Persian, plays in Rob. He's immediately surrounded, so he goes back to Lush. Onto the big target man, Marsh, who had straight offside, according to the linesman. And he did just look to have got a little bit ahead of the play there.
Yeah, and it's very, very hard for Clarence United to build anything against Hobart pressure. Darcy Hall again on his left wing.
It's the ball that's sprayed out of play. The Eagle-eyed assistant all over that one. And it'll be a throw for the man they call Pumba, Hardwick. Cut out by Turner. Malcolm plays it forward. No one there though. Lewis back to Ludford. Here's Huey Ludford now to Loic Ferrell. Immediately pressured by Lawler. Now Morton blocked him off that time. Turner turns on the ball and shifts it out to Matthew Lewis. And Clarence drop very deep here whenever their opponents get the ball. A heavy touch from Kemp, just allowed Lush to nip it away. Now plays it in for Rob, who wanted Kyungmin Choi to link up with him, but he wasn't quite awake to it. And South Hobart again win the ball. Just turning the ball over when they're going forward here, Clarence. They're struggling to create anything. Here's Darcy Hill, who's got space. They allow him a bit too much room, perhaps inviting the shot. And in the end, it was a pretty horrible one.
Good idea, though. Good idea. He had the space. I mean, South Hobart are leading 2-0. They can afford this kind of chance. Then, yeah, very good display from South Hobart. I mean, they scored 2 goals.
Where do you think Clarence can, I suppose, improve and get back into this game?
It's gonna be very complicated for them. I reckon should try to keep the ball a bit more, but again, against South Hobart is not an easy task. So yeah, trying to keep the ball a bit more, but
it's certainly been a problem for them building going forward. They've had a couple of good moments where they've knocked the ball about. It's a problem Devonport had at times. I think they improved with that in the second half. That's some good work there by Marsh. That's what they need a bit more of, the target man, bringing the midfield into the game. That was a dangerous pass set Kyungmin Choi a task. He's corralled there by Jack Turner, who did well not to foul him. This one deflects off the head of Morton into his own path. That was somewhat fortuitous. He looks up with Nain for company, curls in a dangerous ball. Malcolm did well to get ahead on it, but it comes back to Jack Turner. Here's Loic Ferrell now. He sees Lazinski, who wanted to put it onto his head. He opts not to, instead cuts inside on the right, and in the end it was the wrong option from the Frenchman. Probably should have just crossed first time onto the head of Big Albie, I reckon.
Yeah, Lazinski was watching for the ball in the middle. I think should have crossed.
So we've got something here. A yellow card has been shown to George Hallard, presumably for some words. I didn't notice anything in terms of fouls there, did you, Charles?
I don't know what happened, no, I didn't see it.
I think it must have just been a few words said, so interesting. George Hallard goes into the book and he's going to have to walk the tightrope now, and indeed a free kick looked like it's been paid, so I have no idea what's going on there.
Yeah, but it's a good free kick for South Hobart.
It is very good. Certainly missed something. Anyway, a set piece in a very dangerous area. I think the players are really aware of what's going on. They were all up the other end of the pitch. South Hobart have a bit of a conference here to see who's going to take it. There's no shortage of options. Kobe Kemp, you'd think, would be first in line, but Big Albie Lazinski doesn't mind a hit. Look at him just insert himself over the ball.
They all want to have a chance.
Yeah, lining up, aren't they? But it's going to be Kobe Kemp. It'll be a matter of, does he try and curl one around the wall, or will he just dink one? He opts to play it into Lazinski. They've gone the set piece routine. Lazinski worked it to Darcy Hall, who shot, and Dyson did well. Nice little pre-rehearsed move there, Charles.
Yeah, nice thinking.
As we see Henry Lush on the ball. They whack it long in the direction of the big Persian Marsh. He fought hard. Oh, did really well, Marsh. Centred it for Kyungmin Choi, who couldn't play the return ball to him. Really nice work from Marsh. That's what they need a bit more of, the long ball. Bringing the likes of Choi into the game. Here is George Hallard, long ball in the direction of Lawler, who's just peeled off and found a yard in behind Loic Ferrell. He looks up, waiting for support, gets in. Can he cross to someone? He played it to the top of the diamond, and sliding in rather agriculturally was Heath. Still down is Kemp. I hope he's all right. He stayed down, and this might be a booking when we get back to it. It was a very late challenge from the Englishman Heath, and he goes into the book with a slice of cheese. I don't think you can have any arguments there.
Yeah, it was a dangerous tackle. Very dangerous, and Kemp still down.
They do play on the edge at times. These English imports have already both received a red card in their short time in Hobart, so
probably a bit of frustration from Clarence United as well. I mean, they didn't play that bad during this first half, but South Hobart are just too good.
Yeah, not really seen a lot of the ball. Heath, he's done most of his work in defence. He and Malcolm have kind of played that defensive midfield / centre back at times role where they've slotted in alongside the centre backs. As Kemp returns to his feet, we hope he's all right. Wouldn't be surprised if he got wrapped in cotton wool in the second half of this one. A big week coming up for them next week, of course, is the Laka Seljuk Cup semi-final against the Olympia Warriors as the defending champions and the team that's represented Tasmania in the FFA Cup. They'll be keen to make it 3 in a row as a South Hobart player staying down. It's Freddie Hess, is it? No. He stayed down with a knee, so might have gone from bad to worse here for South Hobart. As we have a look, just got clipped after he kicked it in the ankle. Fairly innocuous there, Dogger Brown. He's back to his feet now and he seems to be all right. Yeah, just got a little clip after he got rid of it.
Yeah.
He's just slipped, if anything. Yeah, he's just slipped on it. As Lawler is the target of this long throw kick. Farrell gets his head to it, and he might want to leave that for a corner. He must have had the last touch because he kept it in. Here's Heath. Can he conjure something? Plays it to the back post. Kyung-Min Choi wins the header. Should be a corner. He's a corner. So here's a chance for Clarence to get something.
Very, very important transfer for Clarence United just before halftime. To be the perfect timing to score. And it was a good cross, back post.
Good ball from Heath. He's starting to bob up in more advanced areas as the game has worn on. First 20 minutes barely left his own final third really in defence, but they need to make these set piece opportunities count really. They're not going to have a lot of clear cut chances. It's played in low and flat to the near post, a bit wasteful. The Morton got away with that one. Might come straight back at them. A handball against Jack Turner. And it'll be a free kick in another good area. As we have a look. Yeah, fairly blatant that one.
Yeah. Couldn't have been a yellow card on this one.
Yeah, it did seem a little bit deliberate. I suppose maybe saying it's a natural position when you're jumping, but I've seen him given. Anyway, another set piece opportunity, and looks like after Kyung-Min Choi's last efforts, it's going to be Grant Malcolm this time, standing over it. Hallard also there, but it's going to be Malcolm. What can he do? He hits the wall, deflects up in the air. A couple of players fly for it, and a free kick is given. Another handball, is it, or a shove? Well, I think it might be a handball against Dogger Brown.
And it's right on the edge of the box.
So we have a look at the replay. Flex up in the air. Now, is this in the box? It's just hit the arm just outside the area. Another good decision from the ref.
Yep.
He's been spot on so far as Charlie White. And this will be a chance again. We've got Hallard and Kyung-Min Choi. They've got the rotation system going on for the free kicks at the moment. Might be the South Korean who fancies this one. The Englishman Hallard also up there. What's it going to be? Choi looks to dink it to the back post, and it was just a bit wasted in the end. Just wide of the area, and South Hobart just breathing a little easier. They've given a couple of good set-piece opportunities in dangerous areas, and Clarence haven't really made the most of them.
Yeah, they can't afford to waste this kind of occasion, unfortunately. They're 2-0 down.
Yeah, I think if they can get to half-time at 2-0, it wouldn't be the worst result for Clarence. I think realistically they know they're new to the league, newly promoted. They're coming up against a powerhouse of Tasmanian football. I think 2-0 was wouldn't be the worst result for them last week against Launceston. See, they fell away late in the match, so that's probably going to be the big challenge, but they'll want to just keep their concentration, and if they get into the break 2-0, I don't think they'd be too disappointed.
2-0 at half-time, I mean, there is still hope for Clarence United, and they'll definitely try to score this very important goal.
Yeah,
can change everything, but South Hobart looks very strong at the back as well.
Need to make the most of the set pieces, really, is the thing. From open play, they haven't offered a huge threat, but certainly had some good opportunities from set pieces. Darcy Hall turns in the middle and sets the ball out in the Halfred Hess direction. Lush was there to stop that, and in the end, looks like Rob has just clipped Morton, and it'll be a free kick for South Hobart in a good area.
Yeah, very good free kick for South Hobart now. The right side, just at the edge of the box. Probably for Morton.
Looks like he wants it, but the normal set piece man, Kobe Kemp's just come over to
back on the pitch.
throw his hat in there, but Morton has pulled rank and said he's going to take it. He's been scintillating in this first half, the Morthog. What can he do? Goes near post, sea of bodies, deflects out to Rob. He looks up and is immediately pressured by Ludford, takes a touch off Morton, back to Lewis, sets it out in front of himself. Now he looks up, plays it nicely through to Morton, teasing ball, getting up was Hallard, only as far as Darcy Hall, who fancies himself with the spectacular volley and made pretty poor contact in the end.
Yeah, he was in a good position, leaning back a bit. That was a good idea. I mean, again, he had space, time.
Yeah, Lazinski just suggesting might have been better served to bring it down and then play a pass out to the left-hand flank, but Darcy Hall never short of confidence, the electric winger, as this one is won in the air by Turner. Farrell competing in midfield, got past the boot of Choi, and now flicked through beautifully by Lazinski to Hall. It's opening up, but Hardwick did really well to get a touch on it, and he kicked it out off Darcy Hall, and it'll be a goal kick, so really well done there by Lockie Hardwick. Tough matchup for him with Darcy Hall, but he's done a pretty good job so far, I think.
Yeah. Clarence United looks solid at the back, despite 2 goals down.
As Choi looks to get in behind, Ludford decides to just hack it up out of there, and Lawley in the end, he said it wasn't well directed and goes out of play for a throw. Lawler, I suppose, more of a defensive winger, I'd say, from what I've seen from him so far. He's been there. He's shut down the overlap fairly well at times, but maybe hasn't offered them going forward as much as Rob has on the other flank. Here's Hallard. What can he do? He turns and flicks it on in the direction of Lawler. What can he do now? He bustles away. It took a little touch off Morton, and in the end, it's out of play. And in the last seconds of this half, Clarence will attack. Can they conjure something and head into the break 2-1 down? It would be huge for them if they could. Marsh took a touch, deflects into the path of Kemp. Farrell away. Jack Turner wins the header. Hallard read it and intercepted it. Turner almost won it back off him. They try and swing the ball, but the wind just took that one away from Rob there on the left-hand flank, and that might just about be that for the half. 46 minutes gone. Turner looking to get things moving. I suppose that's the other factor. South Hobart to have a slight breeze aiding them, if anything, this half. Is Matt Lewis looking to overlap. He plays the direct ball into the feet of Freddie Hess. Did well to control and turn around. Can he get in behind Lush here? Lush was really good. Stuck tight to him. Puts it out for a corner. Oh no. Goal kick. Must have taken another deflection. So really well done by Lush in the end.
Unlucky for Hess. And Clarence United look a bit better. Trying to score a goal that can put them back. And it's half-time here at Darcy Street.
2-0 to South Hobart. It's been a pretty hard-fought contest. Clarence have got stuck in. They've given a pretty reasonable account of themselves. I think just the extra class of Morton and Lazinski's been the difference so far. How have you seen this one so far, Charles?
Yeah, exactly. Well, South Hobart, let's say, they are doing the job. We're expecting them to lead. 2-0 at half-time. There's still hope for Clarence United. Again, they look a bit better in the last 5 minutes. had a few free kicks, a few opportunities, but South Hobart keeps the pressure on, and I see them scoring a few more goals actually in the second half.
It'll be tough for Clarence last week. As I said, they faded. I think they conceded 3 goals from minutes 80 to 90 last week, so certainly Jablonski will be hoping his Chargers can just hang in there a little longer this week and not have the fade outs as we go through the highlights of the first half. Nick Naden there. It's been pretty good at the back. Kobe Kemp with one of the many free kicks. Dyson did well to gather that one. Back the other way. They've had a few moments, but largely been from set pieces. They've posed the biggest threat. Lazinski here charging. They've been pretty good in the shot blocking department. Naden and Hallard in particular, the centre backs. This one was a real danger sign from Lazinski, and he absolutely made them pay the next time he had half a yard in the area. That was misjudged there from Dyson. Again, shots from range. Clarence didn't really have too much going for them in an attacking sense. A real tough battle, gritty stuff. Lewis tried to chip Dyson there towards the back post. That would have been a spectacular one, wasn't to be, but as the half wore on, South Hobart looked more and more likely. In the end, they just got worn down, I think, and did the Clarence back four. The turn here, Nick Morton, lovely 1-2, bang, cracking
Beautiful
finish. Both the goals, absolute clinical finishes. Dyson could do absolutely nothing about them.
Beautiful 1-2.
Everyone's textbook. How's the ball there from Nick Morton? He's been a cut above, I've thought, so far in this first half. Nick Morton, probably been best on ground for me. Who have you been impressed by so far?
Yeah, Morton's been tremendous in the middle. And here's a South Korean player, yeah.
Choi, yeah, Choi's been good. Who else have you liked in that South Hobart team? They've obviously controlled a fair bit of proceedings so far. This man Lazinski,
And yeah,
he's been good.
and just a few seconds later, second goal from South Hobart with what
That's
a
a
shot.
rocket. Just,
So powerful.
just an absolute rocket. No
Yeah,
keeper in the world
exactly,
stopping
that's
that.
the word.
The velocity on that ball was staggering. So we see Dyson with safe hands to deny Morton there. Suddenly it was a shoot on sight policy. The South Hobart boys were perhaps just thinking a few more spectacular goals might come as they were really looking to shoot from range. Clarence did a pretty good job restricting them to that from then on. I thought as the half wore on, Clarence got better and better. They started to offer a little bit of an attack themselves, mainly from set pieces. South Hobart sitting pretty comfortably, as you would expect them to do. They were the overwhelming favourites. I don't think Clarence will be too disheartened with 2-0. It will just be a matter of whether they can hang in there for another 45.
Yeah, 2-0 is it's not that bad for Clarence United. I mean, South Hobart had a lot of opportunities in this first half. So 2-0 is not that bad. And I mean, I guess for Clarence United, the key is gonna be to try to score a goal, an early goal in this second half, to put pressure on South Hobart and don't concede a third goal, because with 3 goals down, I don't see how they can bounce back.
It'll be a very long road back from there indeed. We will be back after a short break with the second half here from Darcy Street. South Hobart leading 2-0 at half time. Welcome back to Darcy Street here for the second half. South Hobart lead Clarence United 2-0. A pretty entertaining first half of action, 2 fantastic goals, including an absolute howitzer from Alex Lazinski. And that has them 2 to the good. Clarence, they've fought hard, they've hung in there, but just probably that little bit of class that South Hobart have pushed them over the edge so far. They had a few chances from set pieces late in the half as it wore on. I feel like they've probably grown into the game a little bit. They'll be hoping they can pick up where they left off in that sense. South Hobart, though, they'll know that Clarence did fade out of the game last week, and they'll be looking to really put them to the sword here in this second half. How do you see this one playing out, Charles?
Very good half. First half from South Hobart, as respected, very solid. And Clarence United didn't play that bad as well. They had a few opportunities to score, but against South Hobart it's pretty hard. And yeah, I see South Hobart keeping the pressure on Clarence United. I guess it's pretty frustrated for Clarence United at some point, because again, they don't play very bad. Really, they try to do what they can, but South Hobart just too solid with Morton and Kemp in the middle. Darcy had a very good game, a very good first half on his left wing. So yeah, tough second half to come for Clarence United, but they can score definitely. They will have opportunities.
So we are off, and Nick Morton tries to take him by surprise a little with a quick ball forward to Darcy Hall, but Nick Naden was all over that, and he looks like he's been moved into a more attacking role, either that or he's just rampaging out on his own. But it appears Lawler has been shifted to centre half, and we're going to see Nick Naden used in a more attacking midfield role. So an immediate change here for Clarence. Perhaps not the worst one. Lawler, I think he's more suited to a central defensive role. He's solid frame, a physical player, and probably just didn't quite have the pace to hit them on the break that they needed in a winger. Here's Lazinski to Alfred Hess. Dangerous signs early. Drives one which deflects off Hallard, and the penalty is given. South Hobart have the ball in the back of the net, but the handball is given against Hallard, and it's going to be a penalty here for South Hobart.
Yeah, very good start, very good cross from Hess, and
yeah, thumping cross from Hess in there, and the dangling arm of Hallard. I don't think you could really call that a natural position that it was in, so probably fair enough. And Big Albie strides to the spot, and he'll try and get his second here. We'll see if he hits it as hard as his first one.
Should be ideal for South Hobart to score.
A bit of foxing. Dyson just pointing to the side he suggests he's going to go. Well, Lazinski goes to the opposite corner and thumps it. Top right. Sublime hit there from Albie. He's going to have to retake it. Someone had encroached in the box, you'd have thought.
Interesting.
So he'll have to go again, Big Albie. I don't think Dyson will be staying in the middle this time.
Same side.
I reckon he might go the same spot. What will Dyson do? He didn't guess last time. What's he do this time? Lazinski goes opposite side even more emphatically and makes it 3-0.
Beautiful goal.
Just a cracking hit again from Big Albie. No issues re-hitting. He went the opposite corner and he hit it even better.
Yeah, stay very calm, confident.
Perfectly into the corner. Side netting again. He is just striking the ball phenomenally. Is Big Albie Lazinski. He has his second, and the perfect start to the half for South Hobart, and Clarence, that is exactly what they want to avoid. It's not a great way to set the tempo and set the scene for the rest of the half, as Heath has just gifted the ball away here. They might be picked off again. Morton trying to get in there. He spins around one. Eventually Malcolm came in, deflects off Lawler, and Dyson will come out and claim this one. But scrappy start here from sloppy start probably really from Clarence. And South Hobart have already made them pay once and could nearly have done so again there.
Yeah, it couldn't have been worse for Clarence United.
Kemp plays it forward. Kemp looking for Hall, but it was a pretty poor pass. Now getting forward here is Heath. He is surging through the middle of the park and he's overhit his through ball for Rob. There was an opening there for Heath. It was a really good run, but again, the end product not quite there.
Same situation as during the first half. With Clarence United having a few opportunities, but when they reach the edge of the box, South Hobart just close the door and
this one's knocked forward looking for Jack Turner. Lawler did well there, stood up well and gets the free kick and looking comfortable at the back there, Lawler. So we have a look. Doesn't look like South Hobart have changed anything. Still lining up the same. This one long ball searching for Rob. Lewis wearing him like a cheap suit and he puts that out of play. Henry Lush now will take the throw in. Clarence send a few bodies forward.
maybe an opportunity for them.
Towards Rob. Lewis again should cut that out. And does very well there, Lewis. Does he win the throw? He does.
Yeah.
A right little smile. I'm not sure it was a South Hobart throw, but he sold it very nicely there, Lewis. At any rate, he wins it into the direction of Lazinski, who just nods it straight out of play. So Clarence will get it back. Very lush. He goes to Rob. His touch was heavy. Deflects out of play again. And then bogged down a little bit. Marsh demanding the ball. Throws his body there as Ludford thumps this one up. And Jablonski tries to make the catch.
Clarence trying to put more pressure on South Hobart. I mean, they have no choice anyway now. 3-0 down, if they want to have a chance today, they have to score very, very early now.
Long throw towards the head of Malcolm. Goes over the top of him. Luke Farrell will take the ball away for South. He plays it to Darcy Hall. Looks to turn and did so nicely. Brilliant here from Darcy Hall. He cuts inside. He's got plenty of men up in support. Played it in behind Lawler to Turner. He's got Morton overlapping down the left. Morton looks up, goes to the back post where he had Hess and Lazinski. Couldn't pick out either of them. That's going to spill out of play for a Clarence throw. A real dangerous moment in attack there.
What a good opportunity for South Hobart. Morton with the ball on the left and Lazinski and Hess were waiting for the ball.
Here is Hess. He plays it inside to Morton. Oh, turned beautifully. Just lost it in the end though. Kemp nods it out in front of Hess, who's tried to keep it in but couldn't quite get there. Straining the sinews, not quite able to whack it back into play. Lush will take the throw in. Here's Choi. Kyungmin Choi. Oh, well won by Hess. And turns with it and gets around Lush. Sublime from Freddie Hess. He looks up now and looks to run and beat him a second time. This time Lush clips him and he draws the free kick. The lovely technique there from Freddie Hess.
Beautiful technique. Another booking for Clarence United. A lot of frustration for the visitors today.
And Lush goes into the book.
Good free kick to come. And it's for Loic Farrell.
Yeah, here we go. Here's a chance for your man Luke Farrell to supply something. It's Lush with the slice of cheese. Not sure if it was for the kick or for the abuse afterwards. I'm not too sure what the case was there. Might have given a bit of a mouthful. Well, I don't think the foul on its own was enough to warrant a yellow, so I suspect that might have been the case. Anyway, a chance for the Frenchman here to curl one in. What can you do? He goes centrally. It's a teasing ball, nodded home by Freddie Hess. 4-0. What a ball from Luke Farrell.
Beautiful assist. It's very hard for goalkeepers this kind of ball to negotiate in the 6 yard. Beautiful assist and good header for Hess.
It's Hess just getting in ahead of Dyson. Probably need to come collect that one. It was a curling, teasing ball. And Freddie Hess on hand to nod it home and make it 4-0 South. And real dangerous early signs that this could get ugly. South Hobart have already dished out a couple of absolute beltings this season. They absolutely destroyed Northern Rangers 12-0. just a couple of weeks ago on this ground, so Clarence certainly will want to be fighting hard to avoid that. And South Hobart have shown they are more than capable of putting teams to the sword. Well won back here by Rob. Got Marsh in support. His touch was just a little bit heavy though, but rebounded only as far as Choi. They've got a 4-on-5 here. South Hobart just keeping plenty of bodies forward. Now a long-range drive from Malcolm might fall into the path of Rob, who's offside. A cruel blow. And Rob gets his goal chalked off due to offside. And
he looks offside.
It is offside. It was a very tidy finish. But unfortunate there for Rob, who'd done well to take his goal, but not today.
Very unlucky, yeah, very unlucky. He anticipated the deflected shot, but a bit too early, unfortunately for him. It would have been ideal for Clarence United to score a goal.
Just what they needed to try and get something, wrest a little bit of momentum back, because there's real danger they could be overrun. As this ball's played in, a lovely little flick from towards Lazinski from Morton. Lush did well to read that, cut it out, and then knock a long ball into the path of Nick Naden. He's got Farrell for company. He looks to drive behind him, but not many can get in behind the Frenchman. Probably the best left back in the league, for my money. And he was not allowing the dangerous Naden in there. Here's Brown out to Lewis. Lewis returns it. Marsh pressuring, but Clarence, as they have been all game, pretty content to just sit off them when they're in their own half. They really press them until they get up the field a bit more. Now they look to do that and spring that as this one's put into touch by Hardwick. That's going to be a Clarence throw, so not sure what happened there, but okay. Must have taken a little clip of the ankle as Choi goes flying in there at Kemp. Wins the ball. Marsh nods it into the path of his Korean teammate, nods it in front of himself. Some lovely work here from Choi, who's hauled down by Ludford. Well, that's surely a professional foul, I'd have thought. It looks like he's about to escape here, Ludford. It was a fairly cynical drag down, I thought.
Good pass from the South Korean. And it's definitely a free kick.
It's definitely a free. Lucky to avoid a booking, I'd have thought. Just blatantly shoved him once he'd done him for pace there, the Korean. Hyung-min Choi. Anyway, a set piece opportunity for Malcolm to try and conjure something. Rob on his own at the back of the area, just lurking. Jack Turner is aware of him though, and he's going over to pick him up now. So what can Grant Malcolm deliver? Plenty of bodies forward for Clarence as they try and find a goal that they badly need. Malcolm curls it near post, takes a deflection into the path of Turner, closed down. It might fall for Hallard. He drove, it was blocked. Turning on the ball is Rob. Turner beat into it and did well. Here's Hallard, flick pass into the path of Lush, and in the end a free kick is going Clarence's way.
Another good free kick for Clarence United. They need the goals, they have to score.
We have a look at the replay here. That's it. Next it. I think it is the first foul that was called, not the second one where he won the ball.
Probably, yeah.
I think the first infringement, they allowed it to see if an advantage would flow on from it. It didn't. So now Rob is the latest in the assembly line of free kick takers for Clarence to try his luck. Nothing's worked so far.
Another one.
So here's a chance for Rob. And that's a horrible hit. So I reckon we might see another free kick taker after that one.
Wasted.
Well, truly wasted. A few words exchanged between the crowd and the Clarence coach. There's plenty of chatter going on.
Yeah, a lot of frustration in Clarence side.
It's been a tough day for them as Jack Turner is going to be withdrawn early here. And Connor Schmidt, I believe, is coming on for him.
Good game from Turner.
Worked hard in the midfield. He has an early bath. So the ball is played in short to Brown. He lays it back to Wilson. Wilson takes some time. He's closed down by Marsh, who was almost got there to affect the turnover, the Persian.
South Hobart trying to keep the ball as much as they can.
Here
Good
is
run from Darcy Hall again. Beautiful run.
Beats too. Darcy Hall surging through, and the shot at the end of it is straight to the hands of Dyson. But what a beautiful run that was.
Yeah, such a beautiful one. Solid game from him today. And
long ball. Here's Hyungmin Choi. Turns. Does well to keep a hold of the ball. I've liked what I've seen from him today, and he plays that one in short. Oh, lovely turn from Rob. Can he feed Marsh? Ludford blocked off that option. Morton beaten to the ball by Lush. Clarence showing a bit of fight here. They're certainly not throwing in the towel. Oh, picking his pocket there was Kobe Kemp. Robbed Malcolm and looked to set Hess away, but it was well shut down. Now Morton will shift it out to Hess on the wing. Lush across to deal with him. Cuts inside to Lazinski. Lazinski tries to control it. Fighting hard against him there was Heath. And in the end, it wins the free kick for the Reds.
good move from Hess.
Long ball over the top for Rob. He gives chase. Schmidt across to deal with him.
Wants a throw in.
So Lush with the throw. Marsh fighting hard. Lewis for company. And Marsh turns, and I think that's going to be a goal kick. It is. So South Hobart get the result they wanted.
And Clarence United are trying to press high on the field, forcing the goalkeeper to kick a long ball.
Interesting. I'm not sure if South Hobart have switched to three at the back with Schmidt and Farrell as wing backs, or whether Doggo Brown's gone in to replace Turner in midfield with Lewis going to centre back. I think the latter might be the case. Lovely work here. Diving at his near post was Dyson to deny Darcy Hall, who's looking increasingly threatening on that left-hand flank, cutting inside. Seems like only a matter of time before he finds himself on the score sheet the way he's going. As Malcolm beats Kemp to the ball, shields it from him. Now to Heath, who looks to surge forward. Here he is, Heath, cut out by Brown, who it appears has moved into defensive midfield. Here's Hess, he gets the ball and takes it away. Morton looked for a little back heel, but Lush wasn't deceived by that. He looks up, he's got some support from Rob, and in the end, no foul given. And Schmidt will thump it forward here for Lazinski. He's in behind Lawler. Big Albie Lazinski kept his feet, got it in for Hess. Tried to flick one through his legs, couldn't quite, and it'll be a throw in. Somehow it stays out.
Yeah, Hess playing a bit too easy on this one. Could have tried something different. Yeah, tried to kick the ball behind his leg.
It was a little bit behind him, in fairness to him, but did go for the spectacular finish. So Lazinski not quite finding their feet where he would have liked it. Another corner opportunity here. Long throw. Lazinski flicked on dangerous areas here, but the whistle is blown and a relieving free kick is paid.
Throw in for Clarence United. And another free kick for Clarence United.
Free kick in a dangerous area.
Yeah.
They've not really been able to threaten them too much from the set pieces though. Been a little bit wasteful with the set piece delivery. Haven't really asked enough questions of the South Hobart defence. They get another shot here. Credit, I suppose, to the organisation at the back from South Hobart. It's going to be Grant Malcolm who just puts it into the mixer, but no one had made the run.
Yeah,
It was a pretty good ball, I thought.
it was a good ball, yeah, but no one made the run, unfortunately, for Clarence United.
As Morton looks up, sees Darcy Hall ahead of him. He cuts inside, returns the ball to Morton, but Hobart was sweeping across to put it behind for another corner. And they're just flowing forward with absolute ease. It's a joy to watch when they do break forward, South Hobart. Darcy Hall really, he and Morton linking up spectacularly, those two.
Good play for him again. With his full ball to Morton. Corner to come for South Hobart with Kemp.
Kemp goes low to the near post. Ludford back heel to Hess. Somehow
What a
blocked
save.
on the line. Second chance also blocked on the line. Third chance in the back of the net. Freddie Hess, third time lucky. And it's 5-0. Well, unlucky to Clarence, really. They made two good goal line stops. The third time, Hess made no mistake. A lovely back heel there from Ludford. First one, well blocked. A second bite at it. And then the third one fell to Hess. He had his second crack at it, and he made no mistake.
Good finish from him. And 5-0.
And that'll be his last involvement in the game, Freddie Hess. His final touch of their goal. He's withdrawn and replaced by young Alex Walter. Like for like there, winger for winger. And another good shift for Freddie Hess, who, as per usual, does not look like he's barely got out of bed. He'll cover every blade of grass on the pitch and will show no signs of tiring. He's got the biggest tank in the league, Freddie Hess, as Morton forces the turnover from Malcolm. Lazinski chips it over, looking for the run of Walter. Hit his back and Lawler cleared to Rob. Lays it off for Malcolm. Malcolm turns on a dime. Lazinski pressed him well though. Malcolm back to Lush, who kicks it out of play.
It's very hard for Clarence United. With South Hobart keeping the pressure on. It's very impressive.
Yeah, they're going in for the kill here, and they're at him again as played in from Walter. Beautiful work from Morton and cleared. Oh, almost a spectacular goal. Lazinski drives. That one's blocked out of there from Hallard, and he just clears the area up towards Lewis. He heads away from Marsh to Luke Farrell. And Luke plays it forward to Darcy Hall. He'll look to turn and run again. Just feel like Naden's been a little bit wasted out on the wing in this half. Hasn't been involved enough. Oh, a lovely drop pass there, and Farrell's in behind. He's got Lazinski to pick out. It goes in his direction. Big Albie flicks on. Lush beat Morton to the ball. Well done, Henry Lush. Saved what would have been a certain goal there. Brown, beautiful pass to Walter. Lays it back to Hall, who just lacked conviction with his finish, and straight into the hands of Dyson.
Good building from South Hobart. What a goal it would have been for Morton.
Clarence again can't get anything going forwards. A little bit lost at the moment, trying to get something going. Here's Lewis. Plays it centrally to Kobe Kemp. Kobe Kemp switches the play to Luke Farrell. Now Hugh Ludford on the ball. He lobs it forward. Darcy Hall, he loves to run. This time he just lays the pass. He almost had it break for him though. Cleared out of there by Choi. Here's Naden. Haven't seen enough of him. Marsh laid it centrally, but it was too far ahead of the Korean. And South Hobart again turn the ball over in the middle here. Lazinski tried to lay it off for Dogger Brown, who'd made a run forward. Sticking to his task was Lazinski. Two physical players there up against Lawler. The ball will deflect out of play, and you throw in for Naden.
Clarence United trying to build from the back, but it's literally impossible for them. And now it's South Hobart with the ball again.
Cut out by Lush. Here's Malcolm in the middle. Lovely back heel to Lush. He spins. He's kept to his task, Lush. He's fought hard. Lovely ball there to Naden. What can he do? He's a dangerous player in these advanced areas, but he had 3 men to beat and he couldn't. Just a bit isolated. Lawler beat Lazinski, did well. There's Heath. He's looked good when he's been able to run to the defence. He tried to dissect them there, but Lewis blocked off that path. Kemp with a lazy pass for Walter, which is picked off by Lush, who was intelligently reading the play. Lovely ball from Heath to Rob in behind, but again, he's straight offside, Rob. And the offside flag raised, not for the first time today, to halt Rob's progress.
Yeah, very good defense from South Hobart to put Clarence player offside.
They've held their line well. So this one's cut out. Played forward just a bit too far ahead of Heath, who looks to chase down Ludford. He takes it towards the corner and waits for some support. Gets it from the Frenchman. He's able to just stroll forwards. A lazy control from Kemp. In the end, it'll go through to Wilson. Maybe just resting on their laurels a little bit, South Hobart. 5-0 up. A big cup game coming up next week. Maybe the Q will start to go in the rack a little bit here. There's Kemp. Plays it for Darcy Hall, who's electric. He's got him behind Hardwick. Coming across is Hallard. Did really well to slide in there, George Hallard. Break up the play because it was looking for all the world like Darcy Hall was about to charge into the box and make it 6.
Yeah, good defense from Clarence United.
It's Naden and Marsh try to link up, but again they're repelled. South Hobart just breaking up anything that they are throwing at them with consummate ease at the moment. Morton turns, he's got space. Lazinski with the back heel just behind Morton. And they are tiring a little bit, I think, Clarence. We saw it last week and they've fouled Darcy Hall here. It'll be another free kick for South.
Yeah, interesting free kick for South Hobart with Lazinski or Kemp probably.
Yeah, it'd favour Kobe Kemp, but Big Owie on a hat-trick, 5-0 up. He might just say, come on, give me a strike, see what I can do.
Yeah.
And that looks like it'll be the case on a hat-trick, and she wouldn't bet against him the way he's been striking the ball today. Big Owie might just fancy himself from 25 yards. Dyson will have to be alert.
He has a power.
What can he do? Lazinski curls it at the feet of Dyson, who left it on the doorstep for Brown, who thumps it home, picks up the rebound, slots it home. 6-0 now to South Hobart.
Good free kick from Lazinski with the rebound, just in front of the goalkeeper. Very hard to negotiate.
Yeah, just dipped in front
finish.
of him. And no Clarence players tracking the run of Brown. He could just pounce on it, thump it home. That was a teasing ball. Difficult one for Dyson because it bounced just in front of him. They're always the toughest when you're a goalkeeper. You prefer it gets you on the full than having him dip like that in front of you. And he left the rebound there for Brown, and he obliged. 6-0 now to South Hobart. They've been good value. They've played an impressive game. Yeah, they've been clinical. Lazinski flicks on looking for Alex Walter. Kemp also in there, but Hallard beat them to it. They thump it long. Lewis will be first to it. Marsh chasing him. The battle on the 14s. Lewis laid it back for Wilson, whose clearance was a bit under. Rob will compete up there against Brown. Hit the deck. Oh, from the ground did spectacularly to get it to Choi. Brown butted up though and did enough to put him off. They clear it. Hallard comes flying in, completely misses the ball, and now South Hobart have a 4-on-3. Lazinski holds it up, waits for the support, and in the end just overhit his ball. Though Morton also got there. He goes and had Darcy Hall for a tap in, but put it straight in the hands of Dyson. Here's Naden linking up with Heath. Nick Naden. He go off one of those barnstorming runs that have really lit up the league this year. He does. He's passed towards Marsh. It's great control from the Persian Marsh. He lays it off for Malcolm. Here's Rob. A great chance for Rob. Ludford got across and shut it down spectacularly. Probably Clarence's best attacking move of the day there. Flowing football with Naden. Marsh did some great work, and in the end, Rob just denied by the savvy veteran Hugh Ludford getting across to sniff out the chance.
Yeah, the biggest opportunity for Clarence United this afternoon. But good block from South Hobart.
Double change being made. Choi is coming off. No, it's Malcolm and will be Choi. Or, no, Malcolm and Naden. So they're putting Naden into Cotton Wool. It's going to be Bug and Aiken who are the two subs coming on. So Naden, he's had a tough time of it today. Played the first half at centre back, did pretty well I thought, and then as they sought to create a little more, was shifted to the wing, and it's probably left a little isolated there. Probably had his best moment of the game just then with that run. So don't think he'll be terribly pleased at being subbed off, but yeah, off he goes for Bug. That'll be like for like, and Aiken will play defensive midfield roles. Lewis just whacks a long ball forward in the Morton direction, losing his footing there was Hardwick. It might let in Darcy Hall. He shapes to shoot Darcy Hall. He charges into the box, and it's brilliantly blocked by Hallard there. Really well done from the Englishman to shut down that chance.
Yeah, beautiful
Body on
block.
the line.
Beautiful block. And good run again from Darcy Hall. Hasn't scored so far, but... And South Hobart with the ball again.
They've got a chance here.
Well,
There's bodies everywhere. Lazinski got a foot on it. Hallard tight to him.
Fighting
Room
for the
scrap. Here's Brown. Back to Lewis. It's all Ludford. So it's 74 minutes. They whack it long. Ludford heads in the direction of Kemp. Now Brown, the pace largely gone out of this. South Hobart still looking for a seventh though. Lewis gets on the ball. He played it straight to Rob, and he just thumps it long to no one in particular. Ludford will sweep across and deal with it.
15 minutes to go. Do you see South Hobart score another goal, Andrew?
I think they might. I think Clarence is looking a bit tired out there. There's suddenly a bit more space for the likes of Hall, for the likes of Morton, and if you give those guys space, they're more than likely to score, even if they might not be pushing as hard as Morton tried to dink one through for Lazinski. Just a bit out ahead of him, but not too far away there. As Rob launches it long. Headed down by Ludford to Farrell. Here is Cody Kemp in the middle. Kemp chips it in the Morton direction. Lush read that. Rob got his foot round it, and young Connor Schmidt, who's found opportunities tough to come by this year, gets a foot on it. Very impressive young player, and do you know what time it is? Yeah. It's hammer time. Benjamin Hamlet about to be entered into the contest. He'll come on for Lazinski, who's put in another terrific shift today. Big Albie continues his rich vein of scoring, moves to 11 goals in the season, and the hot favourite for the Golden Boot with another brace. I think he's had 4 braces, a hat-trick, and last week was the only week he's been kept off the score sheet. Pretty impressive numbers from the big fella.
Yeah, another solid performance for him.
A fair contender for goal of the week, I'd have thought, with that absolute howitzer he unleashed into the corner. How he got that much velocity on it, I'll never know. Anyway, here is Heath battling for the ball. Schmidt got a foot in. 15 minutes probably to go with extra time. Hamlet, we'll see what he can do. He's, I suppose, typical 15-minute run out at the end of the games. He's the impact sub for them. He'll be leading the line. Certainly a very different player to Lazinski. Certainly not the physical stature of the big fella as this one goes in the Lewis direction. He thumps it in the Hamlet direction. Took a lovely touch and then laid it off for Kemp, but the pass was just a bit overhit. Hardwick, played it straight to South Hobart player. Brown picks it up. He's got Walter in space. Some really good hustle there though from Aiken in midfield. Just put him off. Good energy from the substitutes. Sliding in there was Choi, but sliding on through was Kemp. Oh, Cody Kemp, if you don't mind. Lazily puts in a 7th from outside the area. Just took a touch and then drilled it into the bottom corner. A lovely finish that from Kobe Kemp.
Beautiful finish from Kobe Kemp.
Touch to set himself, another one, then bang, steers it home. That's beautiful from Kobe Kemp. He's really developed quite a reputation for his long-range goals. And he does it again there. 7-0, Kobe Kemp on the score sheet.
Clarence United just don't know what to do anymore. Every time they've got the ball, they're surrounded by 2-3 South Hobart players. And here again, South Hobart keeping the pressure.
It's a searching ball for Rob. Is poorly directed from Heath. It goes out of play, but yeah, you just feel like South Hobart smelling blood in the water at the moment. Might not be done for the day. Bug couldn't quite get there. Here's Lawler. He plays it. Here's Bug. Receiving from Hobart. He lost the ball though. Kemp with a back heel to Morton. That's lovely. Ops it off for Hamlet. He tries to jink round one. The clearance goes straight into the arm of Hamlet, and that'll be a free kick for Clarence. Plays it forward. Oh, robbing the ball again with Kemp, but this time the upright was not quite there.
Nice try for him though, but tough game for Clarence United, and 12 minutes to go for them again. And it seems that just don't know what to do with the ball anymore.
So Ludford just whacks it into touch. Yeah, it was always going to be tough today for Clarence. Coming off last week at Launceston, a tough trip, a few banged up players. Hedge, of course, out, a big blow. And against this South Hobart team with so many attacking weapons, it's always going to be tough, and that's got through Hardwick. And Morton looks up. He's got some support. Tried to do it all on his own in the end, though. Probably should have played in Darcy Hall. Bug down the line. Here's Choi. And he draws the foul. I'd like to see from Choi, though. I think he's got the markings of a good signing for Clarence. I think
yeah,
as the season goes, he'll be a real asset for them.
He looks like a good player. A lot of activity in the middle, and yeah, he's definitely a good signing for Clarence, and he will be a useful player for the future.
Darcy Hall done everything but score today. Plays it to Morton. Morton back to Brown. He's surrounded by white shirts, so just lays it back. Played forward by Farrell. Laid off beautifully for Kemp. He plays a perfect ball to Alex Walter. Put it on a platter for him, and he hit the post. Oh, what a ball that was from Kemp, though. Just dissected the defence, and Walter inches away from making it 8.
Beautiful pass through. And
Toby Kemp putting on a clinic. And Walter.
Good opportunity for South Hobart.
Probably should have finished there, Alex Walter. He had a chance to turn supply here as he crosses. It might find its way through to Hamlet, who chased it down. Took a deflection. It'll come out to Darcy Hall. Darcy Hall looks up, plays it to the overlapping Frenchman. He cuts it into Hamlet, who directed it straight at Dyson, who just fumbled a little into the path of Morton, but was able to gather the rebound. Lovely passing again. It's a tired Clarence side out there. There's runners going everywhere for South Hobart, and Dyson did well in the end. Hamlet looked like he was going to make it 8.
Yeah, good save for him. He had a few saves this afternoon.
Yeah, he's bounced back pretty well. Had a tough week last time out against Launceston. Not his best performance, but I think he's had a pretty good year apart from that blip on the radar, and not an awful lot he could have done today. They've simply been overwhelmed by this South Hobart side, who will continue to push the attack here right until the final whistle. A Clarence throw, though.
Yeah, South Hobart, they want to score more goals. Always.
Indeed they do.
It's
This
never
man
enough for them.
certainly does. In
And another
Hamlet, he looks to set Walter away. But Hamlet, certainly with obviously the limited opportunities going off the bench, will be very keen to find the back of the net. Lay off there from Heath. For Hardwick, who's robbed of the ball by Darcy Hall. He then left it behind. Might get a second crack at it. He does. This pass just eludes Kobe Kemp and spills over the line.
And 8 minutes left. South Hobart leading comfortably.
Indeed they are, and here's Morton in a pocket of space. He drops the pass off for Hamlin, who looked to turn with it. He's got Morton on his outside. He dinks one through to him beautifully. A flying boot at it from Morton, couldn't quite get there, and we've got to be careful there. Lush, he doesn't concede the penalty. In the end, he does well, and it's a goal kick only.
Yeah, another good move from South Hobart. Trying to score this half goal. I guess after the game last week, tough game for South Hobart against Devonport, and they just want to score as many goals as they can.
Yeah, rediscover that goal scoring touch that was so rampant throughout the first month. Obviously shut out last week by the strikers. This now takes their tally to 39-6, which is still pretty impressive as Hamlet turns on the ball. Hamlet will look to get by Hallard here. Timed his challenge pretty well though. But Hallard falls to Morton, who stings the palms of Dyson. It's pushed over the top for a corner. But they are looking like they aren't done scoring yet. Clearance went straight to Morton. Morton's still down, and eventually we'll get this corner taken on the opposite flank.
Yeah.
Kemp strolling across to take it. But yeah, obviously they'll be happy to return to winning ways. They've got a huge match coming up next week, the Lacka Seljet Cup semi-final against Olympia at Darcy Street. So this corner's played in, flies over heads, but we'll be bringing that one to you live. Should be an absolute cracker of a contest. Of course, Olympia first have to take on Zebras on Anzac Day, another big game there for the defending champions. That's south of shown all season this great capacity to score goals. And here's Connor Schmidt. That's a lovely ball from Schmidt, brought down by Hamlet, and Morton drove it over the top. Just lacking the finish there. He absolutely thumped that, did Nick Morton, but just over the bar again.
Good cross from Schmidt.
It's an impressive young player, Schmidt. Obviously a tough side to break into, this South Hobart one, and he's coming back from injury as well, but as meant he hasn't had the opportunities this season and might find them tough to come by, but a very handy option to have there. He's a very talented young fullback, is Connor Schmidt. As Heath loses the ball to Walter, and he'll just shield it out and get the throw. Marsh still barking out the orders demanded. He's not stopped working up top. A bit isolated at times, Marsh. Morton lays it off for Hamlet. Disrupting that though was Aiken. Kemp across to Darcy Hall. Darcy Hall looks up. He's one-on-one with Hardwick. Cuts inside as he's done all day onto that right, and then plays it, searching for Walter, but no real direction on the pass, and straight in the hands of Dyson. Dyson goes long to Rob, tried to control it, couldn't quite. Broken up by Brown. Here's Connor Schmidt. Lovely ball from Schmidt to Morton. There's some holes at the back now. Walter gets in behind. He drives his cross, and Lawler puts that behind for a throw in.
Throw in there.
Very impressive performance in the second half for South Hobart. Clarence United had a decent first half. They don't continue, but against South Hobart, you need to display a solid performance.
Oh, Hamlet chest down and tried the shot. Saved by Dyson. Dangerous moment there. The long throw of Ludford causing them a few problems. He strolls back as poor delivery from the back. He'll go straight to Brown. Marsh won it back though. Eventually South Hobart regain control. Dying moments of this one. 7-0 the score to South Hobart. Turning is Hamlet. Choi on him quickly. Kemp plays a 1-2 with Hamlet. They're content just to move the ball around the pitch here in complete control. Clarence looking fairly tight out there. Lewis to Schmidt. Schmidt to Walter. Well shut down there by Lush. He's battled hard. Lewis lays it back to Brown. Brown to Kobe Kemp. Kobe Kemp plays it in to Hamlet. Couldn't get around Lawler. He does eventually. Just kept working hard and hustling away there, Hamlet. Eventually Clarence will clear. Rob will try and keep this one in. He does so. He's got Schmidt for company though, so he just lays it back to Lush, who goes long in the marsh direction, but just plonking his big frame in front of him was Brown. Morton links up with Hamlet. Sliding in well was Lawler. Now Kemp from range, but straight at Dyson once again. It's Morton copping a little bit of a knock there. He gingerly gets back to his feet, but he appears to be alright. Farrell wins the header again. They just stump it forward. They're coming right back at them. I think they'd like the final whistle, Clarence. Here's Walter. Walter to the overlapping Morton. He's got a few to pick out in the box here, Nick Morton. He picks out Lawler's head, and it rebounds out for a throw in.
And now Clarence United just trying to don't concede another goal.
Just grimly hanging on here at the moment. 7-0 the score. A couple of minutes remaining. They've tried hard, but they've been overmatched and outclassed by a stronger side today, which is not unexpected. A few moments that have liked to have had back in defence, a couple of sloppy goals, but on the whole, they've fought hard, they've battled away, but this is a South Hobart side that is going to dominate plenty of teams this year. We've seen that throughout the first 6 weeks of the year. And a big couple of weeks is coming up for them, as this is a free kick, obviously, with the cup against Olympia, and then all eyes will be to KG5 in a fortnight's time for round 7 when South Hobart take on the Zebras. That really will be a big game, huge in shaping the title race. The first 2 times that those sides will meet this season, apart from the Lacka Seljuk Cup. South Hobart winning 2-0 that day as Lawler surges forward. So a huge couple of weeks coming up for South Hobart, and they'll be glad to get back into goal scoring form today. Here's Morton after the ball. He's got Walter in a little bit of space, but Lush did well to break that up. And he plays it back for Dyson. It was Dicey, but he got there first and launched it towards Marsh, beaten in the air by Lewis. And South Hobart win the ball. Connor Schmidt to Walter. Looks to jink inside.
Beautiful.
And some beautiful football here from South Hobart. Can they cap it with an 8th? Nick Morton, his path is blocked by Hallard, and it'll be a throw-in as we tick into stoppage time.
Yeah, beautiful move from Kemp again. South Hobart has a really impressive midfield with Kemp, Morton and Turner. It's very solid.
Yeah, fair argument that it's the strongest in the comp. As Morton flicks it in. Sliding it hard was Aiken. Hassling also is Rob. Back to Schmidt. They're trying to hold on here, Clarence. Trying to just keep it at 7. Well done, Rob, to block it. It'll be another corner.
Last chance to score another goal for South Hobart.
Can they make it 8?
And who else but Kemp take it?
He's been outstanding today, Kobe Kemp. One of the best players on the park once again. He plays this one in short to Walter. Oh, jinx around one. What can Kemp do? He slides it in near post. He might have a shot himself. He has. Kobe Kemp flicks it home. Caps off an outstanding display in the middle of the park with his 2nd and his side's 8th. The demolition job complete now. That was just far too easy. Just strolled on in, got a 2nd bite at it, and somehow his little flick gets through a sea of legs and nestles in the corner of the net.
Beautiful from Kemp. He took the corner and he ended up scoring himself.
Not too often you see that, especially from 6 yards out when you're taking the corner.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very sharp.
It shows how confident South Hobart players are currently.
Yeah, no shortage of confidence in Kobe Kemp. Well, he's got every right to be confident. One of the best midfielders in the competition. And he's shown that again today as they go back to Dyson. And Clarence just hanging out for the final whistle at this point, not a thought. Oh, sloppy touch there from Heath. Lets in Hamlet. Oh, overhit through ball. Well, Darcy Hall was away. Somehow he's contrived not to score a goal today. He's been involved in a lot of attacking moves, but
he had a lot of opportunities, yes, to score today.
Hasn't quite managed to get on the score sheet, Darcy Hall. Good performance, nonetheless.
Yeah, he has been a constant threat for Clarence.
As Heath takes the ball in the middle, switches it up to Lush. I like Lush's game. He's dispossessed here, and South Hobart will have another foray forward. Morton in his back was Hallard. Now it's opened up at the back here for Hamlet. Timely intervention from Lawler. Danger still not quite averted. Walters in behind Lush here. He's got options to pick out. He's overhit both of them. It was Darcy Hall and Hamlet. Couldn't find them. And that will be that. The referee brings this one to an end. 8-0 South Hobart. A pretty comprehensive victory from the home side. They're back on track. They're back on top, in fact, of the table until at least the time that Zebras play on Monday. But overall, pretty comprehensive stuff.
Yeah, very impressive display from South Hobart, as we expected after this defeat last week against Davenport. Clarence United had a decent first half. They were pretty solid in defense. We are down 2-0 at halftime, but then in second half, South Hobart was just too fast for Clarence United player, and it's a very convincing 8-0 victory.
Yep, they are back on track, and a big 2 weeks coming up, as we've said, for the South Hobart Football Club. We will leave you with some highlights from today, I believe. This has been Andrew Cooling and Charles Tellier. Probably not how I pronounce that, but you'll have to forgive me for that one, Charles. It's been a great pleasure to bring this one to you. We will be back on Monday for a big Anzac Day clash when the Olympia FC Warriors, are struggling Olympia Warriors, with their backs against the wall, host no longer the league leaders, but potentially the league leaders after that game, Hobart Zebras. 5 o'clock at Warrior Park. We'll see you then. Bye for now.
Thank you.
All right, mate. See me then, mate.